to conduct an investigation.
What I'm saying is it has taken about 1 year for Kenyans to know that there was an affidavit. This was an affidavit they pawned and sworn and signed in 2014. I don't know at what point it was given to the Chief Justice. Assuming it was given to the Chief Justice in 2014, it has taken him over 1 year for us to know. So some other investigation might take another 1 year. And by that time we'll be in the general election.
But now,
if the judge resigns, it means that the tribunal will never get to work. But if the tribunal works, within about 60 days, we'll know the verdict.
Absolutely.
But if we say the other arms of government to do the investigations, it will drag on until we're in the mood of electioneering. Nobody's bothered whether Kidero Bot is going to office
or not,
or money was given out.
Okay, Senator Hassan Umar, and given where we are today as a country, the judiciary obviously is on the spotlight and not in a good way. What do we need to do to redeem? Because whether he's found culpable or not, it already leaves very many question marks in the minds of Kenyans.
First and foremost, I must give utter faith to personally to the Chief Justice. In my assessment, he's tried to hold the boat as steady as possible. But now a lot of these judges are facing their retirements. Yeah, even the Chief Justice is making an exit. So here he is. You must, because they are some of the appointing authorities on the basis of the makeup of the Constitution, the GSC, the validation by Parliament in terms of the Chief Justice, you know, the audits. And so it is time now to scrutinize. We literally need to look for Caesar's wife in this regard. We must look at persons who are untainted in whatever allegation. Even if in school he was probably said to have pocketed somebody's
or
pen.
Suspended or something.
You could say that.
But is that possible?
I'm just joking. In that regard, what I'm trying to say is that threshold
should be very high
of integrity should be so high, so super high. In that regard, where when we get judges into these places, and I want to interest a lot of litany of good lawyers out there who to come into the judiciary. There are so many good lawyers in massive, big law firms who qualify to be Supreme Court judges and all these types of... this is maybe a service. I know you're sitting in some of the biggest law firms in the country, Daly and Figures, HHM, you know, Kaplan and Stratton, and all that sort. But it could be a service that you render to your country by coming into the judiciary now at the Supreme Court level and do your 10, 15 years in the Supreme Court to now contribute to the evolution of jurisprudence and the constitutional practice that we are trying to set in today. Well, if you look at most of the judges who are having a problem are those who grew in through the system. Those ones who've come through the systems, because you remember these were the evolution of the judiciary in Kenya from the Moi days, lack of security to tenure, you know, judges who became, you know, judges paycheck, you know, or practitioners and auctioneers of justice. So I think that's what we need now to get to ensure that we almost appoint judges who are Caesars, well, those who come to equity with such clean hands. And we have tested them over time that they are beyond reproach, that they are not moved by greed, that they have held certain offices where they have demonstrated that they have never sought a procurement contract, they have not interfered with all those processes.
Let me just stop you a bit, because that sounds like somebody might describe that as utopia, given that we're in a country where culturally...
Michael, in this country, we need idealism. We need utopia. It's all the time when we say this thing is too idealistic that we get standards far below our expectations. In Mombasa, one of the notions I'm trying to challenge is I said, those ideas don't work in the political sphere of Kenya. I said, that's exactly what you need to aspire for. If it was that easy, then some of us don't need to be there. So you need to come in because you want to change the culture and the morality that informs our politics and our discourse.
All right, let me come to Muriuki Njagagu. And do you think that's wishful thinking, given that you know the system? As a lawyer, you also know how it works. And for you to get even to the position of being in the judiciary, you have to have been in the system for a while.
I must say that the judicial system in Kenya is almost rotten.
It's almost?
Rotten.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
From the magistrates, some of the judges, all the way to the top, if what we are seeing now on this affidavit is true. I receive phone calls from all over my constituents, from 2 polling stations. And you know, these elections are won or lost by the number of people that are registered. So if somebody has a vested interest and he pegs or puts this registration kit in a low density area, it means many of my constituents are not going to register as voters. If he puts it in a high density area, it means that anybody coming from that zone, be it me or my opponent, they're going to capitalize on that. So they're going to defranchise quite a number of people. So what is the hurry? We have about one and about 6 months to the general elections. Why don't you wait for Parliament to give the IBC enough money? And I saw the other day, Duarte said he's going to muscle all the troops in Parliament
to ensure
that money is available. Why can't they wait for another 1 or 2 months? Then they buy enough kits. You remember what happened, the fiasco they put us into during the last general elections? They said that we all know that these kits failed. So why do they want to take that route again? And they'll be put to I mean, they're going to besmirk their positions and names for no reason. Like Hassan, who is now, I think, leaving office immediately after we elect our representatives in November next year. He should now insist that I cannot move. In fact, like Wenda says, let him also get angry. Let him also resign if there's no money for him. So that he gets enough money, he buys the kits, and he conducts, a good process that everybody says is above board.
Okay.
Now today he says he doesn't have kits. He's just struggling to make something good.
Whether your take on that?
Thank you. You know, this was my classmate. It's only that the people of Kisumu and Raila have been taking me round. But no, I would join such a...
Come, Wenda is a Jubilee man from day one.
Even if Raila became president, I would quit his government.
We'll reappoint you in the near future.
Yes, to
now, let me tell you, one thing now I don't like is this posturing by the dualists.
You reckon it's posturing?
It's posturing. It is the same people who allocate IEBC money.
The members of parliament.
Yes, it is them who are saying this. So that when they are allocating, IEBC has asked them, this is the amount we need to buy the kits, to do the following, to do this. They allocate little. Then the opposition comes and complains. But because the complaint has come from the opposition, they are quiet. And then when they realize now it is affecting them, now they are saying even us we join the opposition. That is posturing, that is displaying government in bad light, displaying the country in bad light. So they should stop that. What is going on now should go on. More money should come in, and then continuous registration of voters should be on until 3 months to elections next year. So stopping this one now, waiting for the kids, I think that one again, somebody may be playing tricks. Let what has been prepared, let it be done today. Then let them go and do a dabracadabra where they are going to get the money. And then they give IBs and they say, now buy the kits, move on. Within the year, if we have a continuous registration of voters for the whole year, there will be a bit of fairness. So my MPs on our side of the Jubilee, let us also not posture. God is watching.
All right.
But you have to realize these are the same MPs who have denied IBC money for a while, even they gave them 40 million last year for voter registration, to ensure that they disenfranchise court strongholds. Because you see, they're almost in the Jubilee strongholds, they're almost at saturation point. There is nothing else to register. When you hear that the court strongholds are registering more people, it's just a fact, because those were the areas that were disenfranchised in terms of the registration exercise leading to 2013. So it is a position we hold dear. For me, I read bad faith in part of their proclamations, because they couldn't even give them money to verify the Okoa Kenya signatures. All they want is a procrastination of this event. And then they come back to Parliament, create a disagreement internally, and there is no money to be allocated, so they procrastinate the voter registration drive, because voter registration at this point in time does not serve Jubilee's interest at all. So when you hear this robust enthusiasm, the born-again type of attitude about how we need, then you need to take it with a pinch of salt.
Honorable Muriuki, why deny IBC money then on the other side? Like Weda says, posture to sound like you want them to stop.
Who said they were denied money? Who said they were denied money?
It's obvious.
These guys brought in a budget, and I believe they got the money in proportion to what other government agencies got. We all know that we're in a crunch in this country in terms of money. So Hassan has not come to say that he was denied money. He got money in proportion to what he asked for. So I don't think anybody was denied money. When you talk about Okoa Kenya, the other day they were given 20 million IBC to verify those signatures. And now CORD says that I think tomorrow they are marching to IBC offices.
They gave an ultimatum. And
that must be done by tomorrow. If not done, they are going there. In fact, they're not even giving them time to verify those signatures.
Because there's a
so they want to
constitutional
do
deadline.
them under pressure. Let IBC work.
There's a
Well,
that is what we're going
you
to
may
see.
say it's under pressure,
There's
but there's the 90 days that it
Yes.
must be
They
done.
have not lapsed, have they? They have not
It
lapsed.
lapses on the 9th of this month. Those signatures were submitted on 9th of November. November, December, January, February, just if you were to go statistically with respect to the 30-day calendar. So those days lapse on 9th of February. It is on, and we do recall some of the sentiment by IBC that they do not have the resources to verify the signatures. And therefore, for us, there is a constitutional process, so it matters little. So IBC now recruits 100 or so, temporary staff to verify their signatures because the money came last week, or is it, I don't know, the week before, so that now they can be able to do that verification. Had it not been for court to hold firm, we expect them to have done it by the dint of the constitutional deadline. This process probably will not have gotten to that point.
Yes, Weda.
I think, let's be fair, we don't have a signature bank that we can say Gitonga signed, this is Gitonga signatures. Let's know that. So although the Constitution talks about signatures, until we'll reach a time when we have the signature bank where you can say this one looks like Gitonga's. So what should IBC should do, in my view, is to count those signatures and the names and say, are they enough? Yes. If they are enough, you say, let's move to the next step. They are going to give Okoa Kenya some traction to show they are being prosecuted, they are going to win the referendum, that is why, and that is a mistake. So let them look at it and then say, are they 1 million? Are they supposed to be 1 million? Then to say, let's move to the next stage.
Verification.
The issues in the
Verification.
He has, on this set, accepted to the fact that the issues in the Okoa Kenya draft are extremely attractive to the Kenyan people. And therefore, we are trying. The issues are attractive. And you see, his group through Asman Kamama actually said they were starting their own. So they said instead of 45%, they were doing 46%. They wanted to do what? So they had this group within the Jubilee that now is trying also to initiate a constitutional review process, because they realized that there are certain structural deficiencies in the Constitution that only the Okoa Kenya process can remedy.
Verification of signatures.
We'll need to wind up because we started late and time is up. But
verification of signatures, I don't think it is verifying this signature belongs to Muriuki. It is to confirm whether indeed Muriuki is a registered voter.
Absolutely.
Because somebody may post in there and put in their name that they are supporting the Okoa Kenya thing, and they are not registered voters.
You could even just put fake signatures.
Fake names. So we need to counter check, does this name really exist? And is it a registered voter? Is he a registered? Is she a registered voter? So that is a verification, not
whether the signature belongs to Muriuki. Closing comments, Senator.
My closing comments is that our candidate today, the CORD candidate who is having an ODM ticket, is presenting his nominations to the IBC.
And the CORD brigade is in Malindi
the whole
right
litany of the CORD brigade, and the three principals led by Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Wetangula are in Malindi for that particular purpose, and an entire litany of members of the parliament, governors, and everybody else. I think CORD is going to win that seat. I'm asking the people of Malindi not to be swayed by the little niceties during the presidential visit, that we stand and represent the true aspirations of the Kenyan, of the people of Malindi constituency and the entirety of the coast.
Are you
region.
afraid they were swayed by the niceties?
Absolutely not. That's why I'm just saying that we will be there for the campaign. It's a campaign we take very seriously. It's a process that we take very seriously, and we will be responding to some of the the fluid notions of what the President Uhuru Kenyatta presented to them while there.
I think I would wish our candidate in down there success. Victory.
What's your candidate's name?
I can't remember his name, but I wish success. But above all, I would like to thank our people who welcomed His Excellency in Kisumu. We want him to continue coming so that we have a rapport, so that a few elements that are there making noise will know that the president means well, and it needs another term to settle on some of these promises
that he has made.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much, gentlemen. Ambrose Weda there, who's a lawyer. We also have Omar Hassan, Senator Mombasa County, also SecGen for Wiper Party, and last but not least, Honorable Muriuki Njagagwa, MP from Mbere. Thank you, gentlemen. And that's the way it is. Again, apologies that it has been a very short session, but there just seems to be a traffic hiccup that caused us to start a little bit late. But that's where we'll have to wind up, because like they say, time waits for no man. And at 8 o'clock, we've got News Hour coming up right here. So do stay with us.